Heist was a side-scrolling stealth action game worked on by independent studio Trapdoor Inc. in 2012. It was planned to potentially be released digitally via Xbox Live Arcade, PlayStation Network, and PC. Trapdoor was a small Canadian company founded in 2008, which included a handful of industry veterans, formerly of larger development houses such as Ubisoft Montreal and Gameloft. Its founder, Ken Schachter, started the business to make his own projects outside of the existing video game publishing system, according to a former employee. Its mission statement was to independently produce digital games with AAA production values. Established in early 2011, Heist was one of the first and only projects that the studio was ever able to work on. It entered development almost immediately after its other major project did, another stealth action game named Warp. Little of Heist's plot was ever figured out during its relatively short lifespan, but it is known to have revolved around a thief who was equipped with an array of high-tech burglary tools. Controlling him, players would sneakily infiltrate various high-security buildings to steal valuable items of interest before escaping as quickly as possible. The gameplay would have focused on utilizing the various futuristic gadgetry at your disposal, including gravity-defying shoes that would allow you to stick to surfaces and walk on ceilings. Stealth was a requirement, meaning players would need to either neutralize guards with combat or zip by undetected. After several months of preliminary pre-production, Trapdoor had put together a small proof-of-concept prototype to put their ideas into practice. It was developed in a very short period of time using a multitude of assets from Warp in order to cut costs. Lasting just over a minute, the demo was fully playable and ran in Unreal Engine 3. A former artist revealed to me that Heist's art was designed initially to be slick, inspired by classic James Bond films. The earliest form of the protagonist, as he appeared in this early build, was a well-dressed white male in a scarf and sunglasses. Once the first prototype was finished, however, the art direction continued to evolve as the team attempted to make it more unique. Thierry Doizen, who was an artist on the game, told me that the main character was changed to a young mixed race man of South American descent. Thierry explained, "When you are a small studio, you need to create original material and interesting visuals to get away from the more common AAA realistic titles. Not only should the gameplay be more creative, but the graphics as well." In addition to our hero were side characters, including his father and a short-haired love interest, both of which were also experienced burglars. The latter of the two, according to Doizen, was planned to be the game's second playable character. Elaborating on his ideas, he said, "I wanted to do something different for the hero's love interest, to move on from the traditional sexist and stereotyped representation and the female tropes in the game industry. She was supposed to be a thief too, probably better stroke more fun than him. However, I didn't have enough time to spend on research. Such a shame, she was my favourite character." After around 6 months of exploration, Heist came to a premature end. Despite being pleased with the results the project was producing, Trapdoor soon came to realise that they would not be able to proceed with full production due to simply how expensive it would have been. Trapdoor had begun to interpret that the digital game market on consoles was weakening, meaning for them the level of risk was too high. This assessment later rang true. When Warp was released in early 2012, it didn't perform as well as they had hoped, despite positive reviews and a co-publishing deal with Electronic Arts. Aside from the acclaimed Fez, which Trapdoor was able to rescue from cancellation with its own financial aid, Warp was the only game it was ever able to co-publish. Other small projects were attempted as 2012 went on, but on December 16th, the company quietly shut down, all of its staff laid off. The economic conditions surrounding the development of digital games for consoles had become too harsh for them to overcome. If you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe, and you can learn about more games like this in the official Unseen64 playlist. You can visit Unseen64 at unseen64.net. The site is an archive for cancelled, unreleased and beta games. I hope this video has been of interest, and have fun.